And now for a taste of things to come.
Now, one of the questions I was asked, well, how do you become a wushu Sifu? Well, okay, there's several ways. One way is you go to China and become certified as a coach. Again, if you want to do that, you got to have some ability yourself, because for that you actually have to go out there, perform the forms for them, and at an acceptable rate. Plus, you have to take a written test. Okay, so that's part of the certificate from them. The other way you can become a Sifu is through a master, and it has to be a recognized master from China. Okay, so China has the Chinese Wushu Association. They recognize masters, meaning you have a lineage, they verified your lineage, they have seen what your techniques are, what you teach, it fits what they know, and because they have a database for every style so that you can know exactly what is included in that style, so that if you say you teach Chen style Tai Chi, well, do you know 1, 2, 3, 4 sets? If you don't know those sets and you say you're Chen Tai Chi Sifu, you're not. Okay, so it's very important to know what they know. So on my certificate, it states specifically what it is that I'm recognized in. Those things are important. The other way is to get a traditional master to also certify you. Again, you become his disciple. Now, there is a difference between being a disciple and a student. A student is generally anyone who comes in, pays your dues, they're a student. A disciple, there are two types, indoor, outdoor. Outdoor disciples, students who do not actually go through the discipleship ceremony. You're a close student of the master. He's taught you many things, but you're not expected to carry on his legacy or the legacy of the style. If you're a disciple, you're a legacy holder. You're expected to be a legacy, the transmitter of the style. And so you must teach the style as he taught it, as his teacher taught it, and transmit everything that they know to your students and disciples. So your purpose then is to propagate the style that you teach. In modern wushu, you become a coach They have to go through a teaching program to become a coach. And for a long time, I considered myself a coach until I was accepted for a discipleship. And keep in mind, accepting for discipleship is not so simple. Not just, well, I asked to become a disciple. You need to find someone that knows what you want to learn, knows it very well, can teach it to you. Keep in mind, it does not mean that the best athlete is the best teacher. A lot of teachers are not necessarily great athletes, but they understand what they're teaching. And that's what you want to find, is someone who understands, can transmit, explain to you how something is done, why something is done, knows the history, knows the background of it. All that is very important to becoming a master. And so in the old days, if you ask what's a Tai Chi, well, not just Tai Chi, but any kind of martial arts master, you must know, of course, the martial art. Can you do calligraphy? Can you play chess? Can you recite poetry? Can you play music? Okay? Any of those things. You are supposed to be a well-rounded person. So just knowing wushu, not enough. The other thing I need to add to, you should know something about medicine, history, culture. And my own master, Master Zhao, he says, in order to be a master, you need to know all those things, not just how to fight. He says, knowing how to fight, that's real basic, real simple. In fact, the whole thing about wushu, if you look at the character wushu, you take the character apart. The character wushu means to stop fighting, not actually to fight. And many people translate it incorrectly, that wushu is the art of war. It's not. It's the art of not fighting. That includes many, many, many other things. And as I said, the master needs to know, as I said, many different things, not just the ability to fight or just the ability to do a form, just the ability to do a weapon. That's still very basic. Other things you need to learn, history, culture, terms, even Master Zhao, which is quite interesting. He's studying what? He's studying how to use the I Ching, understanding how it philosophically, what does it mean. So your knowledge needs to be very broad. Master Zhao is an interesting person. He's not interested in wushu as we have explanation for. He's interested in the actual, how should I say, physical way in which you do it. Meaning that you can do a joint lock. There's a correct way, almost correct way, and incorrect way. You don't know the difference, they all look the same, okay? But so the difference is being able to tell the difference. And he does it how? By looking at how the joint actually works. I want to get a joint in a position, for instance, that you cannot escape from. And it works because when I apply the force, I apply the minimum of force, and then you end up on the floor. So having anatomical knowledge, very important.